Okay, Pisces. This is a divine masculine feminine balancing reading for August during the full moon. The way that the first card that I always draw when I do readings is a divine spark card, which is the fourth card, the heart chakra. This is revolved obviously around love, unconditional love, understanding, compassion. And then the next cards that I drew, the next card that I drew was for the Divine Feminine, ladies first, which is very appropriate. It's the Moon card. As you can see, she's kind of silently, slowly moving. And she's being pushed by the goat. And the goat, in some respects, is a little bit pushy sometimes. Sometimes we have to push our emotions and get ourselves going in the right direction. And sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes it feels like you're traveling in the dark. But tonight is the full moon, so there's definitely light on the situation, and there's going to be light, on the heart. On the heart, and that's pretty much what this reading is going to focus on. For the masculine, it's pretty much the same card because you got the sun in reverse, which the opposite of the sun in the zodiac is the moon. Also, this could represent for some masculine energy that you're just a little bit under the weather, you're feeling emotional, and you're also trying to focus on those emotions instead of hiding behind the sun. The first two cards I drew were aces, as you can see, Ace of Diamonds and the Ace of Hearts. They both represent new beginnings and focus on self. So the first one is money, prosperous money coming in. The second one is following your heart and knowing what you want in your heart in order to start those new beginnings and to focus on yourself and to find what you really follow what your heart is telling you. The third card is the Third of Diamonds. That is creation, thinking, social interactions, which eventually will lead to balance if you continue along the path. And it also is a creation when it comes to money, because diamonds represent money and earth, manifestations, earthly 3D manifestations. The Jack. Now, I was a little bit confused of this card, so I actually drew another Arcana card because I wanted to clarify whether this meant just like a leap of faith. For me personally, because like I said, I am a Pisces, this card to me represented my sun. And for other people, it might represent other things. It's the clubs. So that would represent fire and inspiration. It's the fourth card in the lineup, so that's a balance. So a balance between you're finally finding a balance between your inspiration. And it's like a new venture, like a knight heading out with his wand, riding his horse, ready to start a new adventure. The next card is the Eight of Clubs, which is the Eight of Wands. Eight symbolizes strength, power, renovation, change, and transformation. Clubs, again, represent inspiration. So this inspiration is going to give you a lot of strength if you follow it and you follow your heart and what your heart is telling you. The next card is Seven of Diamonds. This represents repercussions, solitude, and marriage, commitment sometimes. It's also a very moving card. Anytime you see a 7, that means usually movement, something's stirring, something's going to happen. So, because it's in diamonds again, it has to do with an actual physical move. You might be physically moving. It's the 6th card, so maybe you'll be moving in 6 months because of this newfound passion that you decided to take a journey and follow your heart and try to make some money while you do it. The next card is the Ace of Swords. So maybe if this does lead you to a move, you might find a little bit of diversity. You might have to use your intellect and, while you journey into this new beginning, and really focus on yourself and what your boundaries are, what you're going to accept and what you're not going to accept. The Joker, the Maverick card, in this deck, and the way that I try to do it is usually this card means children. Maverick, actually the word maverick means colt or a fowl. So a baby horse or a baby cow. And so that's how I see this card. It could also mean just an inner child, and you might have to, in order to follow this passion, you might have to give up a little bit of that inner child and be a little bit more serious. Because the next card you get is the 10 of clubs. Maybe you're not taking this newfound passion as being serious enough for you to follow. But these cards are telling you that, if it's in your heart, you should follow your heart regardless of how hard it is. This means achievement, friends, families, and unconditionally. So it can also mean that you've had enough. But because it's in clubs, I believe it means that, you have enough inspiration and you have enough drive and you have enough power to achieve this. And maybe you had enough with your children, or maybe you think that because you have children, you can't follow this passion, but that's not true. You can follow the passion. You have enough inspiration. You just have to follow it. You have to, put your intellect towards it and really go for it. 4 of Swords. This again is, you don't want to miss this opportunity by, playing small or acting like, you don't have the power, because you do have the power. Again, achievement. And this is the achievement of hearts. So, your cup will overfloweth with joy if you continue this and you find this balance within yourself here. And don't be afraid to take it. Don't be afraid to, change a little bit in order to take it. Don't be afraid to move in order to take this new opportunity and this new heart-found love. It could be somebody coming in. That's what this Jack maybe represents for you, is somebody that you met that has the same passions as you. He's very open because he's got the 2 eyes showing. So he's got his whole face showing. He's open. He's honest. It could be, I say he, but it could be a female too. And then your final card for the reading was the 5 of Diamonds. So, try to focus on what you do have, not what you don't have. And in time, I really do think that this newfound passion, or, if you choose to follow your heart, it will be very satisfying if you do that. The only thing is it might not, especially within the next year, it might not be the most prosperous. It might be, a third of your income or two-thirds of your income, but it's not going to make up a full amount of your income. So you might have to do something supplementary to, whatever this passion or whatever this dream or whatever you decided to follow. If you're talking about a love relationship, this might represent that, it ended up being too good to be true, because the five usually represents hard aspects, chaos, conflict, change. It could also represent sex and creativity. So this is a positive card. It's going to bring you wealth in some fashion. It might not be as much as you want immediately, but or like I said, within the next year, but it's on the right path. You're going towards wealth, and you're following your heart. So whatever this is, whether it be love or a newfound passion when it comes to work, go for it. I mean, if this card in love especially, it's going to make you prosperous regardless. It's going to be a good experience. You didn't get the Three of Swords, so which would mean you would get your heart broken. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be a relationship or a partnership or whatever, whoever this Jack is to you, that might not bring in as much as you had hoped, but you're still going to gain something from it, whether it be a friendship or a little bit of money or whatever. Just try to focus on, what makes you happy, and this newfound passion, and it might actually bring you some money. So that's it for Pisces. I hope y'all have a good night, and the next sign I am going to do is Virgo, because I do believe that the moon is in Virgo tonight. So, okay. Thank you. God bless.